Focus devotion for Wednesday. I'm going to share with you today from Ephesians chapter 4, verses 21 to 23. Verse 21. Since you have heard about Jesus and have learned the truth that comes from him, throw off your old sinful nature and your former ways of life, which is corrupted by lust and deception. Instead, let the Spirit renew your thoughts and attitudes. Put on your new nature, created to be like God, truly righteous and holy. I'm sure everybody has thoughts, their own thoughts on change and, how change affects them. Change can be hard and it can be uncomfortable, yet it can also be refreshing and exciting. I personally like the challenge of a change, but quite often get emotionally caught up in the fear of falling back into old habits. What is one of the primary ways we as Christians change the way we think? Well, it needs to be focusing on the word and the teaching of Jesus. By reading and studying and being able to be taught the word from God, we learn the teachings and we relearn how to think from our old thoughts, and we find a new way to overcome our daily challenges. In this way, we're renewing our mind. By even these studies that we're doing, by reading and studying with our Turning Point family, these daily devotions, we grow spiritually with our thoughts and our focus. When our thoughts and focus becomes unified with the rest of the church of the body, God's word renews our minds, our attitudes, and our actions. And that's definitely something that we need to look into at this current time in the community where we're looking into what our new normal is. Can we as a church be unified? Can we be standing together and come into new ways and to seek new ways that we can have church and have reach out? And I think these devotions that we're doing, and even especially focusing on Ephesians at the moment, is a really good way of us as a church standing together in unity and identifying that Christ is the centre of our church. I'll leave the rest of the study for you to catch up with, and we'll see you next time. God bless.
Paul's letter to the Ephesians. The story of how Paul came to the city of Ephesus is really interesting. You can go read about it in Acts chapter 19. Ephesus was a huge city. It was the epicenter of worship for most of the Greek and Roman gods. And for over 2 years, Paul had a really effective missionary presence there, and lots of people became followers of Jesus. And he spells out what that influence looks like in 4 different ways. The first 2 have to do with singing together, but also singing alone. And this is really interesting that the first thing that Paul thinks of about how the Spirit works in the lives of Jesus' people is singing and music. The third sign of the Spirit's influence is being thankful for everything. And the fourth is that the Spirit will compel Jesus' followers to put themselves underneath others and to elevate others as more important than themselves. And Paul actually expands on this fourth point by showing how it works in Christian marriage.